Boys and girls, it worked pretty well yesterday when I gave a little screencast and walked you through the calendar. So I'm going to do that again today. We're here on Friday, and just a couple of things to note about Fridays is that's the day of the week that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when your school day is done, we'll email you anything you've had missing from the week. So you know if you have any homework to catch up on. And we'll copy your parents on that email. Copying a parent on an email means they get a copy of that email so they know what you're missing too. So if you need to send an email to a homeroom teacher or you need to catch up on work today, find out what you're missing or catch up on things. I know that I'm missing things from this day yet. I'm missing afterthoughts questions from a few people. And yesterday, if you didn't do the Study Island figurative meanings in literature, if you didn't do the blue ribbon in that, that would be a missing. So make sure you've done that. So Friday, today, we're going to just update our reading slide by putting what page number we're on. That's all you have to do. Should take you 10 seconds. And then you're going to do another journal entry. And I know I've talked about these entries before. If you are someone who's still like, I don't remember when she talked about these, or I hope I'm doing this right, or what do those look like again? I've done two videos that are on YouTube about the journals already. You can go back and look at those if you want. If you already know what you're doing with your journal, watch them. You don't need to. The first one's like 3 minutes, but the second one is that was the first video I ever did on that first day explaining everything. So I said, if you are going to go look at that one, which is an important one because it was the first one that we did, skip ahead to like the 7 minute, 10 seconds mark. That's where I talk about the journal. You don't have to watch that whole video. Okay. But that'll just give you a little bit of help. When you're thinking of these journals, I don't want you to think that anything you write is not done well or good or it's a good topic or you're just writing what you think in these. And a lot of times when I'm writing, I'm thinking like, well, that was kind of boring. I mean, why do I write about what I did this Easter? But when I think about it, when I go back and read what I wrote, I flash forward 20 years and I think to myself in 10 years, in 20 years, in 5 years, will I look back and read this and be like, oh, yeah, Hannah couldn't waitress on Easter. She was working a drive-through. They were picking up Easter dinners at a drive-through at Venables. We had to have grandma and grandpa and aunts and uncle. We had to have a Google Meet, a Zoom time to do a little, you know, how's your Easter, happy Easter stuff. Um, I talked about not making the trip down to Milwaukee on Good Friday that I do every year with my sister. So they might seem like pretty ordinary things to mention, but when you look down the road, and the reason that we're doing these journals is so you can look back and be like, oh, yeah, I remember that time in history. That was just such an interesting time. And so I don't want these one sentence things. We went, we ate ham for Easter. That's not historically significant to what the pandemic you I want some nice entries in here and I don't want them for my sake. I want them for your sake or I would not be continually encouraging this and making time for this. So make sure that these journals are something that you view as keepsake and you view as I need to put my best effort into this and really kind of create a picture for myself in the future, to my future self. Okay. And then all you need to do is read and set a plan for weekend reading. I would really appreciate if you did a little bit of time reflecting on this. I always put it on every Friday, but if you need a new book or you have books at home, you know, like I don't know why I picked this one or what, can you please return them on Monday to the school? There's like a big bucket in the front door. You just walk in, set it down, and leave. You don't even have to go in the office or anything like that. Okay. If you want new books, remember down here in this part, you can check the library catalog to see if that book is in. and then make your book request. Don't request a book that's not in. I see some of you are signed up for a book, you didn't check if it was in. So if you forgot how to do this process, the first thing, book checkout tutorial is another one of my fabulous videos on how to do something. And then the library catalog is the link to is the book in? And then the book request is the book form you fill out so that if you want to go to school on Monday, they will do that. I see Taylor's already signed up for a couple books and it says available for pickup. So she knows Monday she's going to get those books. Okay. So start thinking about that. Some of you have 8, 9, 10 books at home, and some of you have one. And some of you have, and I talked about this on Wednesday, some of you are still reading the first book that you were reading when you left on March 16th, and that's not where you should be reading wise. So you need to get into a book and do that. So set your reading plan for the weekend is your third step. So for those of you with no missing work, this should be a pretty easy breezy ELA day.